I want to go through a few things with you. Um, First off, I think you need to find um, more reference or more supporting reference. I know I'd kind of mentioned this on your last update or your first milestone, but I'm not really sure that the character you have back here really matches, what's going on over here. So a couple things that I'm seeing when I initially look at this is your model is a little bit thicker through the legs. The model over here, or not the model, but the character over here is very petite. If you look at the thickness of her legs compared to her where her hips would be and where her chest or her shoulders would be, she's got a very slender form, more so than what we're seeing over here. Okay, so that can probably just be obtained by thinning out your model a little bit. I think that's going to be fine if you don't want to you know find a lot of new reference. I think it might help you to though. The other thing that I'm seeing as far as the anatomy wise is not seeing a lot of overlapping of the forms and where certain parts of anatomy should connect in. So I would encourage you to start studying some more anatomy, kind of be aware of what these shapes should be, and that's going to help you. This is still going to stay smooth. I'm not asking you to put, make her really athletic or ripped, strong, however you want to look at it. But just kind of push where those overlaps would be. So if you're thinking about the shape that the forearm would make compared to where the bicep would go in, just getting those transitional forms to be a bit more accurate, especially through the silhouettes, is going to help you out. Okay, so don't feel like I'm asking you to again make her overly athletic or strong. I'm just asking you to really start kind of looking at the silhouettes, looking at the overlaps, and be aware of what the muscles should be doing in these areas, and that's going to help you to start getting these shapes a little bit more accurate. Okay, and then the last thing would be the costume. Let me just let me go back to your reference here. So if we're looking at her costume hangs on her. This problem comes from twofold. One, again, your character that you're sculpting is a little bit thicker. You know, she's carrying more muscle. Like your thighs on the character you're sculpting, she doesn't feel, fat, if you will. She's just very athletic in her thighs and in her glutes. So I'd like to see you to make those a little bit more slender. And then look at how the clothing is hanging over, this belt line hanging over her hips. Look at how loose this garment, is on her arms. So I'd really like to see you push that. So the lower part, you're going to have quite a bit more of this hanging. So you should see the silhouette of the top of her arm, but the lower part, think of like almost a teardrop shape as this kind of goes down and gets baggy. You can also start kind of pushing in for where those wrinkles are going to start happening, right? For those overlaps, so start thinking about how that clothing is going to fold as it hangs off the top of her skin, as you're putting this costume together more. Also, I'm sure this was just an extraction, but if we go back to your reference, I would tone down those breasts a little bit. She doesn't really have much inside this reference. And then again, look, it's the way her clothing hangs. It's a very loose garment. You're not really going to see the bottom of the breasts, right? So the clothing's going to kind of um, hang off her more. So down below, all that would kind of get smoothed out. And you may actually just want to, use clay tubes or something to sculpt on some of this. So I would kind of wash all this detail out down here. Maybe you want to dynamesh this. Let's double check. Is sculpting kind of slow for me? If you no, it's not turned on. Okay. Maybe take this dynamesh with a little bit lower resolution so you can block in this clothing a bit quicker. So this whole thing hangs on her, and it looks like she might have a little strap around her waist because I'm seeing some folds kind of hang over there. But other than that, this is going to be very, very loose. So all this will kind of come out and fall down. Like I said, you could have this maybe draping over. Where a fold's going to be right there. So just think about kind of where the top of her breasts are going to be. And then it'll slope out to there, and then it'll kind of fall down, and it can curve in a little bit before it hits where that fold's going to come up. But this is all really should be kind of really baggy on her. Oops. I ended up selecting the measurement. So yeah, even down here, it should hang a lot looser. It shouldn't really hug her as much as you have it. So all of this is going to come out. It should hang off the scapula. So again, I just take it down to a really kind of low dynamesh like I did. I can tell you did it as an extraction because it's following, her contours almost to a T. If you want to keep her glutes this large, then definitely, it's going to hit the glutes and go out before it hits the overhang. But yeah, just work on loosening up that costume, getting it to not fit her quite as tight. Work on those anatomy overlaps. I would thin her out a little bit. If you want to stay true to the character, I'd reduce the breast size. Also, if you could email me, just let me know like what anime this character is from and maybe what the character name is so I can do a bit more research on her and help kind of guide you to make it look closer.